You may not agree with this, but the fastest way to turn $500 into $500,000 in 6 months is to become ruthlessly specialized and sell a high-value outcome. Not a product, not a side hustle, not passive income, a specific high-value outcome sold to the right people at a price that reflects what it is actually worth. This is not a theory. This is a system. And it starts with $500, a laptop, and a problem worth solving. Level 1, the starting point. You have $500, not $5,000. Not a trust fund, not a network of investors, $500. And a problem you are going to spend the next 6 months solving. Not for yourself, but for other people who will pay you to solve it for them. Most people pick a skill they already have. That is not wrong. But skill is not the offer. The outcome is the offer. There is a difference between saying I do social media management and saying I increase revenue for small e-commerce brands by 30% in 90 days using paid social, or I refund my fee. One is a service, one is a result. One gets you $500 per month, one gets you $5,000. Same skill, different framing, different market, different life. You choose the outcome. You choose the niche. You decide to become the best person in the world at one specific thing for one specific type of client. Because at the prices you are going to charge, good is not enough. And the $500 in your pocket is not capital. It is a starting gun. Level 2, the validation. Here is exactly where the $500 goes. Not on a course, not on equipment, not on branding, on validation. $150 goes to a single landing page. One headline that states your outcome. One call to action. One form. That is it. $200 goes to cold ads. A simple Facebook or Instagram ad targeting business owners in your niche. The goal is not sales. The goal is data. You are buying information about whether people click, read, and respond. The remaining $150 goes to direct outreach. You identify 50 specific businesses in your niche. You write a personalized message to each one, not a template blast, a real message, referencing something specific about their business. Offering to show them a result, not just a service. You send 50 messages in 5 days. Out of 50, you will hear back from between 5 and 12. Out of those, 2 to 3 will agree to a call. And from those calls, you close one paid pilot client at $2,000, not free, never free. Because free clients do not respect your time. They do not implement, they do not refer, and they do not turn into case studies. You charge $2,000. You deliver an exceptional result. And you document every single step. The pilot is not just about the money. The pilot is the proof. You take that $2,000 client and you treat them like they are paying you $20,000. Because in a way, they are. Not in cash, in what they represent. So you work. You implement. You track every number. You document every change. You measure the outcome against the promise you made. And at the end of 30 days, you show them the results. Not in a general way. With specific numbers. Revenue before, X. Revenue after, Y. Percentage increase, Z. Your outcome delivered. Your guarantee honored. And now you have something more valuable than the $2,000 they paid you. You have a case study, a real one, with real numbers, from a real business, that you can use to close every single client who comes after. Level 3, productize and scale. Month 2 begins with a shift in how you think about what you sell. You are no longer selling your time, you are selling a packaged outcome. This is the productization of your service. It means you take everything you did for your pilot client, every step, every tool, every decision, and you turn it into a repeatable system. A system that can be delivered in a predictable amount of time, with a predictable outcome, at a predictable price. Then you price it, not at $2,000 anymore, at $5,000. Because you have proof now. You go back to your outreach list. You send 50 more messages, but this time the message is different. This time, it includes the case study, the before and after, the numbers, the outcome, and the response rate doubles. You close 3 clients in month 2 at $5,000 each. That is $15,000 in month 2. Starting from $500, you are no longer testing whether this works. You are scaling something that already does. Month 3 is where most people make the mistake of doing more of the same thing, more outreach, more calls, more proposals. That works, but it has a ceiling. The ceiling is your time. And time is the one thing that does not scale. You reinvest $3,000 of your month 2 revenue into targeted ads. Not brand awareness, direct response. Ads that show your case study. That show the before and after. That offer a free 20-minute call to businesses who want the same result. You also build a referral system. Every client who refers another client gets $500 off their next month. Or a free strategy session. The point is that referrals need an incentive to happen consistently. Without an incentive, they happen sometimes. With an incentive, they happen every month. By the end of month 3, your business is running with less of your direct involvement in the delivery and more in the strategy. That is the shift. From operator to owner. Month 3 closes at $25,000. Level 4, leverage and multiply. At $25,000 per month, you have a choice. Keep everything yourself and hit a hard ceiling. Or hire someone and break through it. You hire a contractor, not a full-time employee. A contractor. Someone who handles the operational delivery while you focus on acquisition and strategy. The contractor is the lever. You are the one who knows how to pull it. They do the work. You find the clients. You close the deals. You build the relationships. You set the strategy. A freelancer trades time for money. A business builds systems that generate money with or without the founder's direct daily involvement. You are no longer a freelancer. You stop being a freelancer the moment you hired someone else to do the work. Month 4 closes between $35,000 and $40,000. Month 5 is about leverage. You have clients, you have results, you have case studies, you have a system. Now you use all of that to build income streams that do not require you to acquire another client every time you want more money. Every piece of content you publish is a silent sales conversation happening without you in the room. Someone sees your case study at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. They send you a message. That is a lead you did not have to chase. The second lever, the mastermind. You take your top 3 or 4 clients and invite them into a small group. A monthly session. Strategy, accountability, peer learning. You charge $1,500 per month per seat. 4 seats is $6,000 per month for 1 call per month. The third lever, the digital product. You package it as a course or a done-for-you template, a $997 to $1,500 product. By the end of month 5, your income has 3 layers. Client retainers, mastermind seats, digital product sales, each one feeding the others. Each one growing without requiring a proportional increase in your time. Month 5 closes at $65,000. Level 5, the climax and the rule. There is one move that most service business owners never consider, equity. Not in every client relationship, in the right one. Instead of charging more for your time, you propose something different. A small equity stake in their business. 2 to 5%, in exchange for ongoing strategic involvement. This is not a salary. This is not a retainer. This is ownership. And ownership compounds in a way that time never does. The ceiling on a retainer is fixed. The ceiling on ownership is not. This is the move that separates people who earn well from people who build wealth. Month 6, you open your payment dashboard on a Thursday morning. Not a special Thursday, just a Thursday. And the number on the screen reads $500,000. Not in one transaction, in accumulated revenue across 6 months of work, client retainers, new client acquisitions, mastermind seats, digital product sales, a referral bonus from a client who sent 3 new businesses your way. The money is not the thing. The money is the evidence of the thing. The thing is the system you built, the decisions you made, the clients you served, the work you did at midnight in a studio apartment when you had $500 and a folding table and a single bare bulb and no guarantee that any of it would become anything. From the inside, it looks like every hour you did not quit, every call you were nervous to make, every client you delivered for even when it was hard, every system you built instead of improvising, every time you chose discipline over comfort. Here's what 6 months and $500,000 teaches you. Write this down. Generalism is comfortable. Specialization is profitable. The market does not pay for range, it pays for depth. Price is not what you charge. Price is what you believe your outcome is worth. Without proof, you discount. With proof, you hold the number. Build proof first, then hold the number. Every dollar you earn in the first 6 months is a tool, not a reward. Compounding is the only mechanism that turns 6 months of work into $500,000. The $500 was never the limitation. The thinking was. The person who looks at $500 and sees a starting gun will always outrun the person who looks at $500 and sees a dead end. Same money, different mind, different result. You had $500. You chose a specific outcome. You sold it to the right people. You reinvested every dollar. You hired when it was time. You added leverage when it was ready. And 6 months later, the number on the screen was not the end of the story. It was the proof of concept for everything that comes next.